What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Pinoy Tech Dad. Today I'm going to be talking about Apple AirPods alternative earphones. You might know that the Apple AirPods are really popular right now. A lot of companies try to copy the iconic look of the Apple AirPods, and a lot of them are actually succeeding. They're still not as successful as the actual AirPods, of course. These are still something that you should consider, but if you're really short on budget and you want to find something that's a better option, that has a better value than the Apple AirPods, then this is the video for you. So the things that we'll consider are, it should have either this kind of form factor or a similar stemmed form factor. As much as I don't like Apple, you really have to give it to them that they created something as iconic as the Apple AirPods. I mean, these are super popular. People want to have them as gifts for Christmas. This is just something that a lot of kids especially want to have. Just a fair warning, these are only alternatives that I have in my hand, so I'm not claiming to have all the best alternatives out there. These are just what I've been able to test myself. First, let's take a look at the Sabbath X12 Ultra. These don't look anything like the Apple AirPods, but they do share the same form factor when it comes to the earpiece that you put inside your ears. So this is why I am considering this, because some people might really prefer something like this instead of an in-ear setup. That's why I'm including it in the alternatives. Now, what I really like about the Sabbath X12 Ultra is that they sound really good. They sound way better than the Apple AirPods. And if you want to find a more in-depth review of this, I'll actually put a link up there. I've done a review on this and they really sound good. They give you a lot of value for the price that you pay for this. I mean, I actually got this for less than $50. This has aptX, this has Bluetooth 5.0. Again, the sound quality is just amazing. Next, let's talk about an entry from Xiaomi. The one that I have is a little bit beaten up. As you can see, it has battle scars here, a lot of damage already. So, I've really tested this, I've really used this. And this one really tries to copy the Apple AirPods look. It goes for the white, classy look, but it kind of distinguishes itself from Apple AirPods because of its design. It's an in-ear design. Again, like I said, we're going for something that looks a little bit like the Apple AirPods. Now, my only knock on this is that it has very weak volume. I mean, if you're comparing it to the previous one that we've discussed, the Sabbath X12 Ultra, that has tremendous amount of volume. I mean, it's good enough, but if you really want to go the extra mile for the volume, then this will probably come short. But I do like that it has motion sensors, so if you take this off, the music is gonna pause, as well as noise canceling option. But the noise canceling option on this is not really good. I mean, in my opinion, it doesn't do much. And if you want to find out more about this, I did a full review of this linked up here, so go check it out if you want to know more about the Xiaomi AirPods Pro. But again, this is another decent alternative for your Apple AirPods if you don't have enough budget. Now, next, we'll talk about something that no one probably has heard before. I mean, if you have, then kudos to you. This was sent to me by the brand Meagher. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. I actually asked them, but they weren't able to tell me the proper pronunciation of this. This is, I believe, the HX6. I know you can see here in the box, they actually misspelled the true wireless earphones label here. Also, the design on the case is actually a little bit funny because this reminds me a lot of Colgate floss containers. These actually sound good, not just decent, okay? Really good. Surprisingly, really good. Of course, when I got this, I already have preconceived notions of what I should expect from this, and safe to say my expectations were really set low because these were super inexpensive. I think these cost around less than $20, I believe. I've been testing this for a few months now and I've been using this a lot. It has a USB Type-C charging port and it has Bluetooth 5.0. Now, they don't have any other fancy features. They have touch controls, but that's it. They don't have motion sensors, so if you take them off, they're not gonna pause the music. Anyway, if you're on a tight budget and you really wanna have something that sounds good and kind of looks like the Apple AirPods, these are good alternatives. I'm telling you, these are really good alternatives. Okay, next we have, the Apple AirPods? Nah, just kidding. Of course, these are the Realme Buds Air. So this is the box of the Apple AirPods and this is the box of the Buds Air. So You can see it looks a lot like the Apple AirPods. So in this video, this is actually the closest thing that you'll see to an exact copy of the Apple AirPods. I've actually done a review of this on my local channel, on my Filipino channel. If you haven't watched that, I'll put a link up here. If you want to see an English version of that review, let me know in the comment section, because I want to know if I'm not going to be wasting my time doing an English review of this. I've tested this for over a month already, and you know, here in the Philippines, when people see you wearing something that looks a lot like the Apple AirPods, they immediately think that you're well off, you have a lot of money. Unfortunately, a lot of thieves as well, you know, will have their eyes on you. So you better be careful when you're wearing any of these in crowded areas in the Philippines, because there's a lot of thieves out there. What I like about the Realme Buds Air is that this has Google Connect. Just by simply flipping it open like so, it will automatically connect to your Android device. Now, aside from the Google Connect, it also has gaming mode. And when you turn on gaming mode, you'll really notice the lack of latency or lag, because when you don't have the gaming mode on, you'll notice a little bit of a lag when it comes to watching videos. There's definitely a sync issue that you'll notice. So to fix that, you'll have to turn on the gaming mode. It has a little bit lower battery life than the Apple AirPods themselves. This, I think, goes for around 3 hours only, while the Apple AirPods goes for 5 hours. These cost just a little bit over $50, but you can definitely catch this on discount. Just like the Apple AirPods charging case, these will get a lot of scratches. The case has a glossy finish. Oh, by the way, I also like that this already has USB Type-C charging port. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our next option. Now, what we have here is the Joyroom TWS JRT04S. What we have here is like a black Apple AirPods look, and it has a matte finish. The case is actually really solid. I like it that it doesn't automatically snap. You have to close it. I like it better like this, because oftentimes I'm not really intending to close it yet. They say it's a special edition right here on the box. This is a tin can box, so this is really unique. This is the first time that I've gotten something like this. And also, you can find this in a physical store. They're selling it here in the Philippines at Digital Walker. It has buttons for controls, and I actually prefer button controls because they're more accurate. I mean, touch controls are sometimes hit or miss. If you fail to touch the proper area, the touch control function doesn't really take effect. But in contrast, when you have a button, you just press it and it's really accurate, it's responsive. This actually sounds really good. It's only lacking in the bass part. The Realme Buds Air has more bass than this. There's still enough bass in there for you to appreciate the sound of whatever music you're listening to. These cost around 2,000 pesos, so roughly around $40. So for $40, these are really good alternatives to the Apple AirPods. I'm not gonna say they sound better than the Apple AirPods. They sound different. They have different sound profiles. This is good enough. If you have the budget for this, if you are limited to what, $40 or 2,000 pesos, and I think this actually goes on sale as well, on discount. So check them out at Digital Walker if you want to get one. And I also appreciate the black color because it looks classy and it has a matte finish, so scratches won't be as visible compared to something that has a glossy finish. So there you have it, guys. We have 5 alternatives for your Apple AirPods. Again, I'm not saying these are the best alternatives for your Apple AirPods. This is just a video for people who are looking for cheaper alternatives to the Apple AirPods. If I had to pick one, I'd probably go with the Sabbath X12 Ultra because these are the best value among all of these. These sound really good, although they don't look anything like the Apple AirPods. They do have the same form factor when it comes to the ear tips. If you prefer something like this and you don't like the in-ear option, this is the best option that I can recommend to you guys if you're on a budget. Now, if you're looking for something that really looks a lot like the Apple AirPods, you can't go wrong with the Realme Buds Air. They're not the best sounding TWS out there, of course, but they sound more balanced, and you know, it has all of the features that you have on the Apple AirPods. It has a motion sensor, so if you take them off of your ears, the music will pause, or whatever video you're watching, it's gonna pause. I definitely highly recommend getting one of these if you want to go for the iconic look of the Apple AirPods, but you don't have the money for the actual Apple AirPods. Now, if you still don't have enough budget for the Realme Buds Air, then this is what I would highly recommend. So these are great alternatives for only $20. Definitely something that I would highly recommend for its price and its performance. It performs really well. The audio quality is really good. I promise the audio quality on these will surprise you just like they surprised me. Now, if you want to get any of these, I'll try to put the links in the description box. I'm not sure if I can find all of these online, but I will do my best. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell button so you can watch more videos like this in the future. That's it for today, guys. Have a great day.